Mike here with M Squared, enjoying the now. Today's video is going to be about changing your single stage water filter and making it a 3-stage water filter. So as you can see here, I have the Nautilus system. This is a Grand Design 380 FL. Maybe some Class A's out there that have a different type of wet bay. I think they go more horizontal than vertical. But it does come with a single stage water filter system. So you would have to buy, depending on your water source, you may have to buy just a sediment filter or a multi-stage filter, which includes carbon. You know, get the smell out, you know, anything like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to install 3 new see-through filter canisters, and I will be installing 3 different stages of filters. So my first stage will be sediment water filter. You can see it's 5 micron. My second stage is also sediment filters, which is going to be 1 micron. And my third stage will be 1 micron carbon filters. So this is the filter I had in my single stage. Now this filter did everything. It's carbon, sediment, the whole works. And these are 2.5 by 10, which is pretty standard for the industry. And it was supposed to last up to 6 months. And depending on your water source, you may get 6 months out of it. We're here on a well on a farm. Probably lasted 2 weeks, and these are not cheap. I think at Lowe's I got it for pretty close to $25. So a lot of money down the drain. So I got all these filters off of Amazon. They'll come in a 4-pack, and I'll be posting a price of everything in the description, and I'll show you how much cheaper it is to do it yourself. Okay, along with the filters, I went ahead and these came in a 3-pack. You see they have a clear canister on them, that way you can see how much sediment you got in there and when you need to change them. Unlike this one, you have no idea. And if you remember, you would put a date on there, but people who travel around a lot, they have different water sources. May get dirtier sooner or later. This way, I'll be able to see what's going on in my water system. These came in a 3-pack. They include the bracket. These filters include the bracket and a wrench. Also has a nice little bleed valve there to get the air out. And these are 3/4 inch fittings. These are 3/4 inch fittings. So along with that, parts I'll need: my 3/4 inch PEX. And I got 3/4 to 1/2 to go to the existing line. Little shower bib that I'll be hooking the hose bib up to. Quick disconnects. Got some straight line 3/4, 3/4. Of course, you need some Teflon tape. Crescent wrench. And I got my handy dandy rigid PEX tool, cutter, 1/2 3/4 inch PEX, compression rings. You need a little grease on there. Usually I'll grease the valve on there. And here's how I'm going to be attaching it to the wall. These are stud rivets used on this gun. I'll try to give you a demonstration of this. Everybody in the RV world should have one of these. These are awesome. I'm using a 5mm screw. I got some 5mm washers, and these are all stainless steel, so you don't have to worry about them rusting out. And of course you need a drill. Got my step bit so I can insert the studs. Okay, so I was doing a little research in here. This is the backside of the Nautilus system. I want to make sure when I drilled through I wasn't going to hit any lines. So what I found out under closer examination, as you can see, there's my water pump. Of course, we don't use it on city water, but when we're out boondocking, we use the pump. And usually we have lower pressure. We're not sure if it was the pump, but what it was, if you follow that up there, right at the top, you can see it's pinched shut. And the outer case came away from the inner case. And barely any water is getting through there. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove the clamps on there. And I've got some rigid line. And reinstall it back to the pump. That way we'll have full water flow. Now there's quite a bit of other lines in here that are the flexible PEX. And eventually I'll replace them. As you can see, the light blue, that's rigid PEX. And the darker blue, that's all flexible PEX. I inspected the rest of it and it was pretty solid, so I'm not going to replace that yet. I'll do that on another video. But right now I'll replace that one collapse line and get it working. Okay, I'm here behind the Nautilus. There's a water pump. Got the hose replaced. No more collapsed line. Yeah, so here was that collapsed line that was going to the water pump. I don't know how water even got through there. I think it's all spongy. So it's lucky we didn't have a major water leak when we used the pump. Anyway, it's replaced now. Okay, you can see here now that I have removed the old single stage filter, and I have my other ones all prepped with the fittings. Got them all lined up where I wanted them. This will be the inlet. Of course, it'll be raised up to here off the base. So this will go here. This will be my inlet. We'll connect my quick disconnect on my hose here. It'll come in here. This will be my first stage. This will be the 5 micron sediment filter. It'll go over to the 1 micron sediment filter. And then I will have my third one up here, which would be the 1 micron carbon filter. So when I removed the old filter, this is the water connection. Now it's been disabled, so this would be the in. So I have a plug for that here, and I'll plug that off. So if anybody later on decides to hook a hose up to here instead of here, it won't flood everything. Water won't go anywhere. So once I get this third one up here, the carbon filter up here, this will be the outlet, and that'll get connected to the outlet port here. Okay, I'm getting everything assembled here on the table. It'll make it a lot easier to install it, especially with my crimping tool. And I'll show you how that works. That's the spigot. Do this with one hand. Just grip it on there. Hit the button. To the next one. Go. I drilled the holes for the first two water filters, so I can install these rivet studs, and I'll show you how that system works. What I'm going to do is thread this on the end. Poke it in the hole, squeeze together, and unscrew it. There we go. Kind of hard to see, I know. Put the stud on the end there, insert it into the hole, squeeze the handles together, and unscrew. Okay, I temporarily have the three filters installed. The only ones I have crimped now are the center and the inlet. And the reason why I just temporarily install it, that way I can find out where I need to drill holes for this. And then my extension up there, you can see I got the 3 holes marked for this filter. And I installed a piece of the 3/4 PVC from here to here. Now I will remove all 3 of them and get these crimped on the outside. And get the holes drilled and the studs inserted in there to anchor this filter. And then we'll get the outlet hooked up, 3/4 to 1/2 inch. Okay, I got everything hooked up. There's the upper one, 2 lower spigot. And I just removed the canister part, so it'll make it a little bit easier to put all the screws in. Because I'm going to have to put some plumber's grease on the O-rings anyway and install the filters. So I've got the stainless steel screws ready. They have lock washers on them, stainless steel lock washers. All the studs installed there. Up there for the upper filter. And then we'll hook up the 3/4 to the 1/2 inch line. Okay, get everything anchored down. The screws, lock washers, up there. Got the 3/4 or 1/2 inlet line. And now we've got the O-rings here. Gonna loop them up. So what I'm going to do now is a water test. I'm going to do a little cleanup here. I'm going to get some water directly from the well and then run a test on our system. I've got the quick disconnect. Once it's hooked up, this is 5 micron sediment. This is 1 micron. And then our carbon filter, 1 micron. And I like about these is you can see when they get dirty and the sediment down here. And just hand tighten these, and we're going to run a test. Yeah, I just got some water directly from the well. Doesn't look too bad. A little cloudy. Okay, here goes the test run. How dirty that is. And it should be coming over to this one. Much cleaner that is. Oh, that's a 5 to 1. And it should be coming up to the carbon. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to hook up my hose and run the water a little bit. Run it directly outside instead of through the faucets, and we'll see how much cleaner it is. Okay, there it is after running it for about 5 minutes to clean the carbon out. And we won't be drinking that anymore. Yeah, I'm going to give you a little demonstration of my Rivet stud tool. I know it's kind of hard in the wet bay there, so I'll do a little demonstration out here on the table. And this is a must for all RVers. There's 1,000,001 uses for these things. You got your screws on the outside, you can install these. Screws never come loose again. I use it to hang stuff up. All kinds of things. So anyway, I am going to use the old bracket from the water filter, and of course what you need to do first is drill a hole. I already got a hole there, so you just drill the size you need that would fit the diameter of the nut. And what I do is I screw the nut on. You see, here's the crimping stud. And I'll screw this on so it's flat here across the top. And all you do, insert it, squeeze, and back out the stud. Right here is the thing that'll unscrew it for you after you crimp it, and this will unscrew it from the stud. As you can see here, flattens out. And do whatever you want. Nice for hanging stuff in the compartment, on the metal cross braces, anything. And I got these little kits, all different sizes. These are all metric. These are stainless steel. And I have other ones that are just cadmium plated that aren't exposed to water. And then screw sets that go with it. You can get cap screws. These are hex cap screws. You can get Phillips, bolts, whatever you want. And they even have these for wood. Okay, that's about it. It's the next day. We ran quite a bit of water through, took a shower. Everything smelled great, no problems, had a good flow. And actually here on the farm, it's over 55 psi on the line. I didn't want to put that much pressure on these PEX lines, especially the old flexible PEX. So I did an addition of a pressure gauge. This is 40 to 50. So now we know the pressure will always be the same. The only thing I would have done different on these filters is I would have got 1/2 inch fittings instead of 3/4. 1/2 inch would have gave me a little bit more room. So in follow up on the pricing, so as you can see, the water filter housing $54.99. All the 3 filters, I did a total and then price each. You only use them one at a time. So some of these, like I showed you earlier, the one I got from Lowe's was approximately $25. So these 3, which do the same thing, are around $13. So I'm saving $10 per filter. And now I only need to change, maybe once in a while, the 1 and 5 micron sediment filter. So now my carbon filter will last a lot longer before I have to replace it. All the brass, all the PEX connections, quick connect, the whole works, about $46. The PEX tubing, crimp rings, about $6. Stainless steel screws, washers, the studs, around $10. And just the miscellaneous items. So I did look up other 3-stage filter systems, and they all ran about $350. And my whole setup, not including my time, a couple hours, about $132. And plus the filters are a lot cheaper. And the other systems you can buy, 3-stage canisters, you can't even see through, so you have no idea. Besides poor water flow is when the filter goes bad. And if you're hopping from park to park, you never know what kind of water you're going to be getting. And on mine now you can actually see it. And that's about it for the installation. I know I have some specialized tools in there. My PEX crimper, my stud tool. But you can actually buy a little hand operated one. Lowe's or Home Depot, pretty reasonable. And just make the time, get some room, and you'll have a lot better water. You won't ruin your faucets, your shower head. You have less buildup, and your water won't stink anymore. So if you have any questions, let us know, and we'll give you a reply. Hope you liked it. Give us a thumbs up, like us, subscribe. Later.